This diary will contain all the topics for network theory. So please listen and see carefully. All the best. So today we will start with topic 54. We will not study anything new, but we will see few problems. Okay. So this will be problem solving, and first we will see a question on the three phase on the AC power. Okay. So now this is the question given to us, that is we have to obtain the complex power delivered by this source. So I have told you what is the idea of complex power, that is S is equal to P plus JQ. Okay, so we have to find the P and Q. Okay, see you can easily understand that, see, the power delivered by this source will be the power absorbed by these impedances. Okay, so if I calculated the power absorbed by these impedances, then automatically I will get the power delivered by the source. Okay, so complex power means that we have to find P and Q, and then because these can be represented in this fashion. Okay, so now it is given to us that Z1, first take Z1. Okay, so it is given to us that Z1 has what? Z1 we have given P1 as, let me say P1 10 kilowatt, and we have given 0.8 lead, that is our phi will be, cos inverse 0.8 will be around 36.87. Okay, so now see, always remember the power triangle for solving such questions. Okay, so what is the power triangle? This is P, this is Q, and this is our S. Okay, and this is our what? This is a power factor angle, that is phi. So S is equal to P plus JQ as the relation. Okay, so now the important thing is, see this is P1 is given, phi is given, so I have to find the Q1 for this load. Okay, and it is leading. So I have already told you with the reactive power we follow a convention that for leading load Q is negative. Okay, so we can find out Q using this triangle. So what will be the expression for Q? That is tan phi is equal to Q by P. That we can write it from this, because this is a 90 degree, that is right angle triangle. So tan phi is equal to Q by P. So tan phi is 1036.87. So it will come out to be 0.75 into P1. P1 is what? 10 kilowatt. This will be our Q1. So Q1 will be our minus 7.5 kVAR. See why I am taking minus? Because I have told you the conventions, never ever doubt on those. Okay, I have told you very much clearly. Okay, so because it is leading, that is capacitive load nature, so our reactive power will be negative. So this is the story over for the Z1. Okay, now let us start for the impedance Z2. Okay, so here what is given to us? Here the S is given, that is S2 is given to us 10 kVA. I hope you know the units. The apparent power units is VA, the reactive power units are VAR, and the real power units are watts. Okay, so in this question everything is given in kk, so I am already taking power in ke only. Okay, so this much basics you should know, I hope so. So S2 is 10 kV given to us, and it is 0.8 lag, that is it is a inductive kind of load. Cos inverse 0.8 is 36.87. so this data is given to us. So here I have to find P2 also and Q2 also. Okay, so P2 can be derived from this C. P2 will be what? S2 cos phi, and that will be what? S2 cos phi is 10 into cos of 36.87. that will be 0.8 into 10 will be 8 kilowatts. Q2 can be written as what? With this above expression only, P2 10 phi. So P2 is 8 into 10 phi is 0.75. Okay, so it will come out to be 6 kVAR, and this time it is positive because it is a lagging load. Okay, so that is very important. That is why this question is important, because people usually confuse in signs of Q1 and Q, what sign we have to take. That is why I have taken this problem. So my complex power absorbed by both the loads will be given by what? My answer will be given by, that is, my answer will be P1 plus P2 plus J times Q1 plus Q2. Simple. So P1 plus P2 will be 10 plus 8, 18 plus J times Q1 plus Q2 minus 7.5 plus 6 will be minus 1.5. So answer will be 18 minus J 1.5. So that is my the complex power. So that is the answer. Okay, so I hope all your confusions are now removed, and always remember these conventions, that is for Q negative leading for leading and positive for lagging, is always taken in with respect to that is it is absorbing, that is load is absorbing. Okay, so that is the whole question, and I hope you get this. Okay, so now we will take our next problem. Before starting to the problem of resonance, I just want to discuss one concept. I don't know if I have discussed it previously. See, this is very important. See, what I am saying is, see, we know Z is a complex number, so it is the relation is V phasor divided by I phasor. Okay, so now we know that when this is our voltage, so for leading load, okay, first I am taking lagging only. So for lagging load, my I phasor is like this, and this is my angle phi. Okay, this is the story. So now see, so if I write this in, I'm taking this as a reference, V phasor as a reference, so I can write down it like this at an angle minus phi. I hope you know this much, and my expression will come out to be at an angle phi. That is this is the magnitude of the impedance, and this is our Z complex, that is a complex number. Okay, so what I mean to say is, see, this was for lagging load. So for lagging load, the impedance angle comes out to be positive plus phi. Okay, remember it. Okay, and or you can say it as a power factor angle, because V and is the angle between V and I. Okay, now let us see similarly for the leading. So leading, again I assume that V is a reference, and here this time the current will lead. We all know this, and this is angle, let me say phi. So now if you do the above thing, now what you will get, see, Z will be equal to V phasor by I phasor. This will be V at an angle 0 and I at an angle, this time phi, because it is a anti-clockwise. So it will come out to be V by I, that is the magnitude, at an angle 0 minus phi. So it will come out to be mod Z, that is the magnitude of impedance, at an angle minus phi. So this will be our Z. So see, what you observe, that for leading load, the angle for impedance comes out to be what? It comes out to be negative, and for lagging load, the angle of impedance comes out to be positive, and it is nothing but the power factor angle, that is the angle between V and I. So what I am trying to say by this discussion is, see, if somewhere it is written the impedance is 5 at an angle 40 degrees, so it should automatically strike in your mind, oh, this one is talking about the which kind of load? It's talking about the lagging kind of load. Okay, always remember this. And if somewhere it is written like the impedance is at an angle minus 60 degrees, so because it is negative sign, so it should automatically strike in your mind that this kind of load is a leading kind of load. So that is why I have discussed this concept. And similarly, if somewhere I is written as 5 at an angle 30 degrees, so you should automatically understand that this is a leading kind of load. Okay, and somewhere it is written 5 at an angle minus 30 degree, so you should automatically understand that this is a lagging kind of load. So that is the purpose of taking this discussion. Okay, so now this is the question given. Okay, so now you have to find which is the correct option. Okay, so this is a series RLC circuit. Okay, so now in series RLC circuit, see, F0, I hope you can understand that F0 is the resonant frequency here. So it is saying, see, by watching this phasor, can you say at which frequency the circuit is operating? So that is the question. So see, I have told you there, see, I have told you for series RLC circuit, the F0 is this, then this side, if the frequency is less than f0, then the circuit behaves like what? Capacitive nature, that is the leading power factor. And the frequency is greater than f0, then it behaves like leading power factor. So you can watch that video again if you didn't remember now. So that is the scene. So that is the logic. Now after watching these phasors, we have to identify that whether the circuit is behaving in capacitive nature or it is behaving like in a leading nature. So see, how can you say that? See, for series RLC circuit, I have told you that, let me take series RLC circuit, R, L and C. Okay, let this be current flowing in this circuit. This is a voltage source V. Okay, so now if I draw a phasor for this, see, I is same, so I am taking I phasor as a reference. Okay, I phasor I have taken as a reference. So this is a reference. Okay, so now if I draw the phasor of the voltage drops along these capacitors, just I am marking. Okay, so my VR will be like this. Okay, because current will be, see, voltage drop across the resistance will be always be in phase with the what? In phase with the current. Okay, I hope you know this. Okay, now the voltage drop across the inductor will be along it will be 90-degree lagging. Okay, so 90-degree lagging means that my VL will be in this direction, because I has to lag VL by 90 degrees. Okay, and my VC will be in this direction. Okay, okay, so now this will be the phasor, general phasor. Okay, so at resonant frequency, what will be happening, that VL magnitude and VAC magnitude will be same. So these phasors will cancel each other and we will remain with only this VR. Okay, but not if the frequency is not the resonant frequency, then what will be happening? Okay, so now we have to analyze this. See, we know that VR is in phase with the current phasor, because the resistive drop is always in phase with the current. Okay, so I can say that my I phasor is in this direction. Okay, let me say this is my I. Now we can easily see that, see here, I is leading VC. So that means what? That means what? That this circuit is behaving like a capacitive nature. See why? See here, so for taking this circuit example, see what is happening. See, let us say VL is smaller than VC. Okay, then what will happen? There will be some phasor here, VC minus VL. Okay, and if I sum these two, and if I sum these two phasors, then what phasor I will get? I will get this phasor only, V. Okay, a simple KVL, V is equal to VR plus VL plus VC. Okay, but here, so what I am trying to say is, see here the current phasor will be in this direction, VC is in this direction, so current is leading VC. So that means that the circuit is behaving in a it will be lagging here, sorry. The circuit is behaving in a leading power factor nature, that is this side the circuit is operating. So this side the answer will be F less than F0. So answer will be option B. Okay, so that is the logic behind this question. So you don't have too much worry. See what is, I hope you get this all phasor. Okay, so at resonance, what was happening? My VC was this side, my VL was this side, and these two are cancelling each other. But if the circuit is at any other frequencies, then either VL vector is more or either VC vector is more. So that is how. So in this question, the trick was to identify the current phasor, and current phasor is always in phase with the resistive voltage drop. That is the universal truth. Okay, so this question is also over. So that is all, and please like, share, subscribe my channel. Please ask your doubts on our website www.electricaldiaries.in, and please like, share, subscribe my channel. Thank you.